I think the thing I try to do as a writer is bring worlds to the page. And I think what happens with readers is they step inside those worlds and they experience them in a way that they might not in their real life. And so it gives them a chance to think about a bigger society and the greater good. I mean, the constant question kids ask themselves is, if it was me, what would I do? How would I engage with how would I treat the Jesus boy? How would I treat Sean? Who would I be? Would I be Franny, or would I be someone else in this? Or Madeline, is her name Samantha? Sorry, in the story. And and by the time they get to the end of the book, the asking of what happens next, and my question always to young people is, well, what do you think happens next, or what would happen if it was your story, or if you were one of these characters? Young people get mad at me all the time and write and say, well, why did you decide that that kid had to die, or that that kid had to move away, or that Lonnie is not not reunited with his sister by the end of the first locomotion? And I think it's a way of beginning a discussion. What's the happily ever after? How often does the happily ever after happen? And in the real world, what have you experienced, or what do you see, or what do you know from your family? And then I think in terms of getting young people to talk about their lives, and to talk about the lives of others, and to talk about events in the world. And it's such a social period from kindergarten to first grade. In the picture book area time, they're learning how to get along, they're learning how to be in the world, they're learning how to be human in the world. And then when they get to be adolescents, they're learning who they are and their power in the world, and they're learning about identity politics, who names them, how they name themselves. And a lot of, with Hush, the book about the Witness Protection Program, the big question is, when someone takes your name away, who do you become? And so if I woke up tomorrow and I couldn't be Jacqueline Woodson, what would that mean? How would I begin to re-identify myself? And I think a lot of that stuff is stuff kids are wondering and thinking about and talking about every day. And so for me to be able to sit down and create a world where they can exist in it. John Gardner, who wrote a book called On Becoming a Novelist, talks about the fictive dream, the dream of fiction, and how when you're reading a book, you're in that dream, that world is real to you, and you're a part of it, and no one can tell you those people don't exist. And I think that when I sit down and try to create that dream of fiction, first for myself and then for my readers, by the time I'm finished with the book, the readers really do believe and care about and love the characters. And when they love someone, they'll do whatever they can to kind of protect them and hold on to them and change the world for them. And I think that's the big gift of fiction. It gives young people the courage to create change and to talk about change and to talk about different ways of being in the world, of themselves being in the world, of adults being in the world, of what's wrong with the world, what's right with it.